Hello, Virgo. So let's go ahead and get started. I have prayed over the cards and asked that anyone who's supposed to get a message from this, receive them. So we will go ahead and get started. And I'm not going to go over the deck of cards because they've had me pull out a few different decks. Funny, the bottom card on these past two decks that I pulled a card from each had a chakra clearing. Hey, you should consider doing, a throat chakra clearing. I have no idea if he, knows chakras and clearing and such, but I'm like, yeah, consider a throat chakra clearing. You'd probably benefit from that. And what happens? I get diagnosed with strep throat a couple days later. That backfired. Okay. And I want two from here as well. Actually, we'll reverse those, get those ready. Okay. See if you guys can get these in all better in the screenshot. We'll just have to move them along and move them around as we go through the reading. Okay. Okay, camera's not going to cooperate that well. That's fine. I'll just go ahead and lift them up so you can see them as we work our way through the reading. So, so the first card is appreciation. And what I'm getting with this is, for a lot of you, this is actually talking about you appreciating yourself, almost as though other people have talked down to you, talked poorly about you, your abilities, just made you question your own worth and your own value. So I get that a lot of you aren't valuing yourself. You're not appreciating yourself and your awesomeness and what you bring to the table, be it at work, be it in relationships. And that you need to start appreciating yourself. Now, this card also references, this talks about gratitude and being in a state of appreciation for all things. And if you look at the card, what you'll find is she's holding a rose and she's completely surrounded by all these brambled bushes. And if you look up and to the right, you can see that the sun is coming through the clouds and it's shining down on the one bush with the roses that's actually blooming. And I think this is a reminder for many of you, many of us, to come from a place of gratitude, a place of appreciation. Because when we focus on the things that we don't have, we're coming from a place of lack, and we'll just continue to draw lack and not having what we desire toward ourselves. And what I'm getting is that a number of you are going through a challenging situation right now, which would improve if you would come from a place of gratitude. And because what the angels are trying to tell you is that you have a number of blessings coming your way. Like when you look here, you see the sun shining in and the bushes blooming. You have a number of blessings coming your way. You just can't see them right now. So God and the angels are working on all of that for you behind the scenes. So what they're saying for you to do that's vital is to just focus on the things that you do have, to focus on the blessings that you do have in your life, to come from a place of gratitude. And also for those of you that it's a message to appreciate yourself. Remember how amazing you are. Remember the things that you do bring to a relationship, that you do bring to the workplace, and don't forget that. And that's going to help these blessings that are currently in the works. You just, again, can't see them. That will help usher those blessings and positive changes in. Next card that we have here is 35, and it's Archangel Michael, and it's talking about the first chakra, which is your root chakra, and everything with stability, security, finances, all hinge off of that root chakra. And again, chakras, those are your energy systems in your body, and they all are connected to different areas and different things of your life. And again, the root chakra, the red chakra, it really is dealing with finances, security, home. I'm getting that a lot of you right now are facing a very difficult situation surrounding finances. I get for some of you it's career changes, and I get for some of you the decision for the career change was not your choice. It was not your decision. And for some of you, I get that you're contemplating a career change, but it is stressful because it's as though you're looking at something that's completely different from what you've ever done before, and you're worried that you're not going to have the income and the finances and the money to be able to support yourself and your family, and that's got you worried. So what Archangel Michael's wanting you to know that your needs, your home, your stability, your finances, you are being taken care of. So you need not worry about that. And for some of you, I'm getting that it's a question almost like, I mentioned, so some of you are looking at changing jobs and changing to a different job. It's almost like you're questioning, am I capable? Can I do that? He is reminding you, yes, you are capable of doing exactly what it is that you desire. And they're actually trying to get you onto that path. So have faith, have the strength, have the courage, know that you are capable of doing that, know that all your finances, everything will be taken care of, and then proceed forward down that path because you are secure and you do have the power and the abilities, and you're capable of doing that and making that change. Now, for some of you, I'm getting that this is connected to, because again, it's, stability. For some of you, I get that that's connected to like home, to, and by home, I mean in marriage, family, your home life stability. I do get that there's a big situation regarding that as well. And same thing, Archangel Michael is letting you know that you're safe, you're secure, and the problems that you're having right now, they are getting resolved at this time. So you can trust and have faith and let those worries go. And of course, then we roll into the next card, which is anxiety. And in this card, you can see that she's fretting, she's very stressed, very worried. And so I get that there's a number of you that you're under a lot of distress, a lot of emotional concern and discomfort right now, worrying about a particular situation. And what you're not seeing is that, your prayers have been answered. The situation has been resolved. When you actually look at this card, you'll see in the right-hand side that the sun is peeking in, the storm is now passing. But you'll see she is so caught up in her concern and her worry and her fretting that she hasn't even noticed that the storm's passing on. It's already gone by her. And she's just too worried and stressed and again, just fretting that she's not realized that the storm's gone. And so I'm getting for a number of you, you've been really concerned about a specific situation, a romance, a partnership, your job, that you've just spent all your time and your energy and your effort just stressing and fretting and worrying about it, and you're not seeing that it's already been taken care of. You can relax now. You can de-stress, you can calm down because they're taking care of that for you and they're helping you with that. So let's go ahead and move to this next row. So we've got here this is divine order, and I believe they're coming back to reiterate that they are taking care of everything. Your answers have been heard. I do get that there's for a number of you, there's just a really big situation that's really trying and on your heart right now. When I say big, I do get that it's, to deal with a job, a career, your finances, your money coming in. Or for some of you, it's to deal with your partner, a romantic partner, and a romantic partner that you'd like to commit to or you are committed to. But it's a big situation, very emotionally charged. And I do get, for a number of you, the situation's not going how you'd like. I get for some of you, there's a romantic partner or somebody that you're interested in that you'd like to be with, and it's just not working out. You keep trying and you keep trying, and it's just, like this gal standing here in the middle of all the dead greenery and foliage all around her, and you keep trying to have the roses bloom, but it's just not happening. And what they're trying to let you know, for those of you in that situation, it's not meant to happen. It's not meant to be, but everything is turning out exactly how it's supposed to. And what they're wanting you to know is it's all divine order. It's all also happening in divine timing, and that you need not worry. And actually, they just pointed out the scales to me. So if you notice in here, the angel's holding some scales. And so I get also for some of you that this is talking about balance. For some of you, I get that this is talking about balance in your life. For a small number of you, balance. But I also get that for some of you, this is like a karma balance. Like, people reaping what they sow. Karma. Sometimes you'll get a judgment card, which is talking about karma, things, happening that are supposed to happen to balance things out. Justice, it's often tied to the justice card. I do get that for some of you, this is linked to, for justice, karma, things working out as they should. And so for some of you, so say there's a romantic partner you've been trying to be with, or a job that you've been really trying to get. I get that this is a message for those of you because they've been trying to show you all along the way that that's not meant for you. And I know we've covered a number of times before that they keep giving you signs and trying to get you away, because that is not at all what's meant for you. That's not good for you. They keep trying to get you off that path. I do get for some of you that's also been connected to karma. There's a justice coming from that. It really truly is a karmic balance, and it is all part of the divine order, part of the lesson. And again, it's watched over from above. So the next card here is Archangel Michael, and this is just a reminder that Archangel Michael is with you, and he's helping you with this situation right now. And Archangel Michael, you know, he is, of all the archangels in, you know, the tiers that they're in, you know, he's at the top. He is known that as the he who is like God angel. He really can help you with eradicating any fear that you have. Maybe you're afraid of taking your next step. Maybe you're afraid to actually accept the situation that you're facing. Because I get for some of you, it's almost like your head's being buried in the sand, like you're not wanting to accept the situation for what it is. Be it out of fear, concerns, worries, afraid you're not going to have things, afraid you're going to have lack. And he can help you get past that fear. And as far as the burying the head in the sand, so for some of you, maybe it's a job. Maybe you've been staying in this job that you're comfortable with, even though your heart's desire is really to go and pursue a new career path. And you feel that you're being driven toward that new career path, but you're not doing it because you're afraid you're not going to be able to meet your bills. You're afraid you're not going to be able to provide for your family. So you're staying stuck in a job that you're miserable in out of fear. And for some of you, maybe in a romantic situation, maybe there's somebody that you really want to be with, and you've been trying to be with that person, you know, bending over backwards, doing everything you can to make it work out, and it's just not working out. Maybe you're trying to make it work out because you're comfortable with that person. Maybe you've been with that person in the past, and you know, you feel that it's safe. It's your safe bet. But you keep being shown that that's not the right thing for you. You're supposed to go down another path. And again, that's, you know, to go with the safe route, that's from a place of fear. So Archangel Michael's letting you know that he's here to help you. He's here to help you have the courage to move forward. And for some of you, you know, it can be an intimidating situation, like maybe you're going to embark on a new career, and that can be very intimidating. And he can help you muster the courage to move forward. He can help you leave that job that you're miserable in. He can help you leave that relationship that has been dragging you down for years. In whichever area it's in, he can help you move forward fearlessly. And when you ask him for help, he can also let you know what the next step is that you need to take and give you the courage to take that next step. And there is a prayer in here, and what I'll do is I will just put that prayer at the bottom in the text, because I don't know how much longer my voice is going to stay with us, so we're going to keep pressing on, and I will put that down there for you below. Next card, this is from the Archangel Michael deck, is saying detach from the situation. So I get that this is coming back again to let it go. I mean, we've been getting let it go for quite a while, and I do get that Archangel Michael is encouraging you again to let it go. If it's a job that you're not happy at, it is a clear sign that that is not the job for you. It really is time for you to let that go and pursue something better that they have waiting for you. If it's a romantic partnership, if it's someone you've been pursuing for a long time and it's just not working out, you have all these hopes and these dreams, at some point you just have to accept it for what it is. It's just not meant to be. And I keep getting that you've been getting a lot of divine signs, and you're just not paying attention to them. So it is time to detach yourself from it. Actually, they're pointing out to me. So when you look here, you've got the 4 angels, like a trinity. And they're saying that your situation is being watched over by the heavens. God and the angels are watching over it. So you really can let go and move forward fearlessly because they've got you taken care of. You know how they were saying earlier that there are things going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of? That if you can detach, move forward with blind faith, you'll be blown away, because those things that your heart really does desire will manifest immediately, but you're not going to get there until you detach from the situation. That's the big key block. That job that doesn't make you happy, you got to let it go. That person that is just not working out with you, you've got to let them go. because once you do that, you'll get that job that you really truly desire. And for some of you, I do get that, you know, you've stayed in a job because it's safe and comfortable, and there's a job that you do, or career that you really want, and that, you know, makes your heart sing. You get excited when you think about it, but you've stayed stuck, not moving forward out of fear. But what you'll find is when you move out of that comfort zone, move from fear, that career that you really want, that you think about, that makes your heart sing and gets you all excited, you're going to get it. And it's going to bring you plenty of money, and finances are going to flow in. And for those of you that are just looking for a roommate's partner, somebody to share your life with, to build a family and the life with, that the person you've been trying to build it with, that they've been trying to give you the signs on, it's not the person. Let them go. Let that person go, because they've got someone waiting for you that will be the right person for you to usher in your dreams that you have, to sharing your life with someone and really having a spark-filled, loving relationship with, filled with, you know, passion and everything that you desire. But the first step is you've got to let that which is holding you back go. So let's go ahead and move these up. So what can you, or all of us, do to help ourselves move forward and get the ball rolling? So these are some steps to help move things forward. So what we've got here is, first and foremost, is to accept heaven's help. And I guess this is really reaffirming that, you know, your prayers have been heard. And so right now it's at a point that you just need to trust. You need to know that God's heard you. You need to know that, you know, God and angels, they are helping. So what you can do at this point is to just step out of the way. Get out of your own way. Do what you can to remove the blocks. And ask for some guidance. Ask for additional information on what it is that you can do. And ask that they give you very clear, easy, understandable steps and information on what it is that you should do on your end. And then when they do give you those steps, take action on it. Because I get, for a number of you, you've been getting signs from the angels. They've been giving you signs on things to do, to help in your career, help in your love life. And back to the burying your head in the sand, it's as though you've been ignoring them. So they keep giving you the signs. It's time for you to listen to those signs and take action on them. Next thing, I get for some of you that there is some father healing work that can be done. And again, this is based off of energy. You know, this could be talking about, for some of you, you know, your mother could have been a masculine type of energy. So this could be referencing some healing with your mother. But what it's really talking about is that some of the blocks that you have, primarily I'm getting for most of you, that fear that you have, the emotional blocks that you have, are based off of this healing with your father or a masculine energy parent. And this healing doesn't have to take any time at all. I mean, literally, it could be saying a prayer tonight, and it's released and healed, and you can move on tomorrow. And it'll help you in this healing. What I'm getting is, you know, it'll help relieve that and release the fear, any anger, any grief, any loss, anything related to the male parent. So maybe for some of you, maybe when you were growing up, your dad was especially critical of you. Maybe always pointing out the things that you didn't do right and you did this wrong. And maybe now, as an adult, you can look back at it reasonably and be like, okay, Dad was stressed and overwhelmed with everything that was going on in his life, and, you know, it had nothing to do with me, just that he was at a stressful time and he just, you know, didn't have patience at that point. Maybe a very young father at that point. But the problem is, fast forward 30 years, that criticism has made you very critical of yourself. And that could be keeping you from getting that dream job that you have, because, you know, maybe you're stepping into a new career field and you're doubting, you know, am I capable of doing that? And you're thinking, because of things that need to be healed from when you were a child, that, oh no, I'm not really capable because, you know, I mess things up all the time. Well, that's not true. You're capable. You just need to heal this, and God can help you do that, and He can help you do that instantly. For some of you, it could even be that your father, and again, it also could be mother, because, you know, mothers sometimes have masculine energy. Maybe, you know, he wasn't very emotional. Maybe, you know, your father was very guarded and, you know, didn't teach you to love and be open to love. And that could be a huge block in your love life, your romance, that which you truly desire, because until you're open to giving and receiving love, you'll never find the love that you desire and you're hoping and dreaming about. So that would be something that would have to be healed. And there is an affirmation of prayer in here. And I'm not going to read it, but I am going to tab that. And I will post that as well beneath the reading so that you can do this prayer, this affirmation, and that can help you with that father healing. And again, like I mentioned, it's not something that's going to take a lot of time. It literally can be instantaneous. It's not as though you're going to have to spend weeks and months going to see a psychologist and you know, really digging deep. I do get for most of you, it will be very quick, swift, almost instantaneous. It's just, you've just got to ask for God, because again, they're telling me this whole situation is surrounded by God and the angels. Like, you are surrounded. You have so much help and love wrapped around you right now in this situation. You just need to reach out, and they are going to deliver you all the assistance you need, and it will be instantaneous. You just got to reach out for it. And they said, get your head out of the sand. So for some of you, I'm getting that your head's been buried in the sand. They've been giving you a ton of signs. They've been giving you a lot of information. They've been giving you red flags. They've been giving you guidance. They've been giving you information, and you've just ignored all of it. They just gave me an image of a horse, when a horse is out in a parade and, you know, they've got the blinders on both sides. I get that a number of you have just had the blinders on. It's like you're stubbornly refusing to see all which they've laid before you. It's time to remove those blinders. It's time to start listening to God, listening to the angels, opening up to the help that they've got you, and you'll notice everything transform instantaneously for you. Okay, we got here is set your sights higher. I get for some of you, you know, you're settling. You're settling in that job that you're not happy in because, you know, you're afraid to step out of the norms. You know, you're settling for that partner just because they're safe, they're comfortable. You're not really happy with them. They kind of make you miserable. They kind of make you feel bad about yourself. You know how early when we first started it was talking about, you know, the appreciation and, you know, not appreciating yourself and not feeling worthy because of people tearing you down. I even get for some of you, you've stayed in a miserable relationship with someone literally tearing you down, telling you you're not a good wife, you're not a good husband, you're not giving them what they need, you're not a good person, just tearing you down. And it's got nothing to do with you. You need to remember you're amazing. And even you look at this up close, you see the mermaid's kind of got this star in her hand that's shining bright. They're saying that you are a shining star. Some point along the way you've forgotten that, and you've started settling for this mediocre job, this mediocre relationship, these things. It's time for you to increase your standards. It's time for you to start expecting something better, because you deserve better. And they're here to help you bring that in. Okay, so these are the 4 cards they had us put off to the side. And let's see here. They want these swapped. Okay. So let's see if we can get these in here so you guys can see them all. Outstanding. Okay, I think we've got them all in there. Okay. First card, love yourself first. This again comes back to appreciating yourself, having confidence in yourself. What I'm getting for some of you is, be it because of, you know, father healing things as a child, be it because of a way a spouse or a romantic partner has treated you. Somehow along the way you've stopped loving yourself. You've stopped having faith in yourself. You've begun to feel that you're not worthy. You're not worthy of love. You're not worthy of receiving love. You're not worthy and capable of giving love. You just don't love yourself. Because when you truly do come from a place of loving yourself, you'll know how worthy you are. You'll know how amazing you are, how capable, how competent, how amazing you are. But you've got to start loving yourself again. You really have to love yourself. And it's a beautiful card there. And what you'll find is, you know, I'm getting that this is the time to really look at yourself. And again, not critically. Don't tear yourself apart. Just look at yourself in a caring, loving way. And notice the areas that you haven't been loving yourself. Notice, like, look at something and maybe you're always going above and beyond. So maybe you've been with, you know, this partner that doesn't, you know, you've been settling for this partner. And maybe you do everything you can and you're constantly bending over backwards and making yourself miserable for this person. And they, time and time again, they don't do anything for you in return. But you're constantly shuffling this and shuffling your agenda and doing everything you can to appease that person, to make them happy, to make them realize that you're worthy of their love. You're constantly trying to prove yourself to them. And if you look at that and you stand back objectively and you just look at it and think, okay, well, why am I doing that? That person's not giving back to me. They're not talking to me. They're not communicating with me. They're not going out of their way to show me that they love me. Why do I keep doing that? Sit back and do that and look at those areas in your life objectively. Because say you're in that situation where you are, everything you do stems around this person, but you don't ever get anything back from them. Well, when you look at it objectively, you probably realize the core root reason is that you're just not loving yourself. Because if you loved yourself, you wouldn't tolerate that. Because when you love yourself, you're going to attract healthy people that are going to love you back. And if you love yourself, you'll also set boundaries. Like if you're in a relationship with someone, you're constantly giving and you're never getting and receiving, well, you'll just set your boundaries and expectations that, hey, I love myself too much to put up with this. I deserve something better. I deserve someone who loves me back just as much as I love them. I deserve someone who's going to invest as much time and effort into this relationship as I am. And I love myself too much to settle for anything less. So I'm getting for a lot of you to really stand back and look at that and take responsibility and also take the action and heal your hearts. Heal your heart so that you can move forward. I mean, learn these lessons from the past. Maybe you're that person that had this relationship with a person who just totally tore you up and beat you down, but you still keep going back to them and trying to appease them. Stop. Stop. Where was his little remove yourself from the situation? There we go. Stop. Detach yourself from that person. Let them go. They're not good for you. Stop trying to please them. Focus on you. Love yourself, and you'll know you deserve way better than that. And I'm getting for those of you that are in this situation, you're amazing. You need to remember that. It's time for you to remember that. It's time for you to start loving yourself. It's time for you to know that this person who tore you down and stomped on all your bushes and killed all your flowers, let them go. They don't love you. They don't love you. They're learning their own lessons, and that they were just here to teach you a lesson. That's all. And it could very well be the biggest lesson that they've taught you, which you at some point would be able to thank them, maybe not even in person, but thank them, because in the end, they've taught you how to love yourself. And in loving yourself, you're going to be open to loving someone else that deserves you and is going to give you the same unconditional love that you'll give them. But the first step is you have to love yourself. Because you're never going to move into the relationship. For those of you that, this is relationship tied, you're never going to move into the relationship you desire until you heal yourself, until you love yourself. Okay, this one's confusing. Give me a second. I'm trying to get some clarity on this one. Because they're going through all this, let it all go, you deserve better. I don't know why they're suddenly giving us, so this could be the one card. But you can look at it while I'm trying to get more information. It's quite lovely. It's got a couple, he's holding her hand, who knows, maybe he's about to drop down on his knees. You got 3 angels watching over. Oh, coming back to that, everything's divinely watched over. Actually, it's funny, they did just tell me, yes, this is their angels. So for those of you that are in a romantic, difficult situation right now, they're again reiterating, it is watched over by the heavens, and over here as well. Okay, so for those of you that this is a message, this is for those of you, you know how we've been talking, the love romance, the love reading. For some of you, in your romance readings, it was talking about a love triangle. So for those of you that were in that situation, what they're saying is, if you let this person go, that person that you know is not right for you, that person that's been stomping all over your bushes and beating you up and making you feel unworthy, if you let that person go, they have someone that is way better for you. That is someone that you deserve. And I'm getting for some of those of you that are in love triangle, you already know who that person is. Because there were 2 or 3 of you that are, you're trying to decide between the 2 people. And what they're saying with this is, for those of you that are in that situation, love triangle, again, it is being watched over by the heavens. God and the angels are there to help you. They've given you tons of signs. You know, of those two people, when you sit and you think about it, you know exactly right away which one is which. The one that's tearing you down, doesn't have the unconditional love, is not meant for you. You've got to let that person go. And the other one is the one that you're meant to be with. That will give you that unconditional love that is at that higher level that you deserve. So, next card we have is have confidence, and this is from Archangel Michael. And again, this is for everyone, regardless if your situation is trying to make a career change, change jobs, change romantic partners, just stepping out of an unhealthy romantic relationship. Have confidence to do that, because when you do that and you make those changes, blessings are going to be coming into your life, but you just have to have the confidence in yourself to move forward. And then the final card that we've got is it's time to walk away. The angels are really encouraging you to immediately walk away from the situation because it is not serving you. And you don't want them to take it from you. It's way easier when you pay attention to the signs and you remove it, because if they take it away. So for some of you, say you're trying to decide, do I stay at this job I'm unhappy at, or do I go into this new opportunity? And for some of you, I get the opportunity has presented itself, but you're hesitant to take it because it's a new career path, not sure if you can do it. Well, what I'm getting is it's time for you to step away from the job you're miserable at and move into the career opportunity that's before you lose it. Because what I'm getting is that if you don't take the steps, and that if they keep giving signs, signs over and over and over, when we don't listen to those signs, the divine, they have a way of just taking matters into their own hands, and usually they'll knock us to our knees before they start to build us back up. So it's best if we can take action before we get to that point. So what you don't want to have happen is miss out on a job opportunity because you're, afraid to take that step, and, you don't have the confidence yet. Have the confidence to take that step so that that job opportunity is not lost. Because what I get for some of you is you do have a job opportunity on the table. You're hesitant to take it because you're hesitant to step away. You don't think you deserve it. You've got some healing that needs to be done. You need to detach. You need to know that you deserve better. Have the confidence. Well, I'm getting for some of you, if you don't have the confidence, you're going to lose that opportunity. That job that's sitting there waiting for you, it's not going to be there anymore. And then what they're saying for the others of you that are in this triangle, that have met, that you do have that person. And I get for a couple of you, this isn't, so I get for some of you, this is applicable to all of you that are in the triangle. And I get for some of you, you do have a potential new partner on the horizon that you know that you're talking to. Not serious, but you do have that potential. Same thing, that you've been getting a ton of signs, you're not acting on those and having the confidence, and you could completely lose that opportunity is what they're saying. And they came back again to the triangle. So those of you that are in the triangle, what they're saying, so the career, they've covered that. Those of you that are in the love triangle, they're saying that if you don't step away from that person that's not meant for you, the one tromping all over your flowers, making you feel bad, if you can't step away from that, detach yourself, do your healing so that you can be open to loving this person who's meant for you, you're going to lose both of them. And I'm getting that action needs to be taken, whether it's career, love, romance, because you are at a peak where something has to be done. I'm getting like the pot's boiling over. Time's running out. So finally walk away from that does not serve you, so that you can move into the better things awaiting you, so you can grab a hold of that star. So for those of you that this was an applicable message, I do hope that it helps you, filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.